Trip to Manila to meet my Filipina, Part 5. It's funny, I've always heard stories of guys coming to the Philippines to meet a potential wife, and their families pressuring her to marry a guy so she could have a chance at a better life. Well, the girl I found myself falling for had just the opposite. She had a good education, a good life, and a job. She didn't need anyone to take care of her. As a matter of fact, her family became upset with her when they learned we were becoming close. We were looking at some big commitments to each other. We needed time together without the distraction of family opinion. We had 2 short months to be together and make a very big life decision. So she took a little time off of her work and we disappeared off on our first road trip together in our borrowed car. Wow, what a nice sense of freedom to be alone together driving along the coast north of Manila. I was starting to really appreciate the beauty of the Philippines. These guys were physically moving a nipa hut down the road the hard way. They were lifting it and carrying it. Who knows how far they would go. It just kept getting more interesting the further we went. Water buffaloes dragging bamboo and plowing rice fields like tractors. Very modest homes of thatched banana leaves with beautiful flowers and very poor but very happy kids everywhere. I decided I was going to buy a group of them a bottle of pop and got a very happy response and a great pose for a picture. I'll never forget how people take a small motorcycle and turn it into a truck. This one to take their pigs to market and bring home some hard-earned money. After having spent so much time alone the first couple weeks I was here, having a car and being alone one-on-one with Pinky was some awesome freedom. We did a lot of talking and sharing our dreams and goals. I told her about Oregon, where I live, and what do you know? She spotted a building, the Oregon building. Too funny. I learned so much about her and she about me as the miles passed. Time disappeared and we had driven all the way to a place called 100 Islands. Dark brown kids played in a tide pool, bright colored boats everywhere. And I was falling in love with this fun-loving, beautiful girl that was showing me how we were to find our quality time together in our future, road tripping. We had seen a lot today and were too far away to go back, so we searched for a place to spend the night. And once we found one that we could get me in with my wheelchair, we found some dinner. We were 2 very happy people, and like 2 kids running away, we were both filled with the joy of excitement and the anticipation of some family members that didn't understand our motives. I was here from America taking a very loved Pinky on a road trip all alone, and feelings were flying back in Manila. As family members were preparing to confront her on our return, and it was kind of like we knew it was going on, so we better enjoy ourselves while we can. We are both God-fearing people and we both were struggling with our own actions. But at the same time, we were both very committed to each other and time was passing by quickly as we mentally prepared to stand up and fight for our relationship and to look what would be ahead of us, to make a plan to marry and build a life together. And somehow do it peacefully and somehow win the approval of her family. And it was very important to me that she know all what it's like for me to live as a paraplegic and all that is involved in my taking care of myself. She is the administrator at a physical therapy clinic she works at, and I think that gave her some idea of what all I go through, and that seemed to make her admire me all the more for what I had to go through to come all the way here to meet her. Thank you so much for following my story. I think the story needs to be told. Please subscribe to my channel and hope to see you next time.